What is up? What is going on, guys? This is your favorite everything, JR Wisdom, and I am once again joined again with my lovely co-host, Tina Summers here to my left, your right, I guess. I don't know how it's going to show up on there. But we back at y'all with another episode. I believe this is episode 4 tonight of the Smoke Hour. And I think we got a pretty good topic tonight that a lot of men are dealing with. And definitely going to get your perspective on this, as I know you have some strong opinions on this topic here, as well as maybe some of your contemporaries that you can probably share with us, maybe some ideas or a peek into maybe some women's mindsets on why this may be a thing in terms of that. So without further ado, before we get into this topic, you guys read it. It's clear as day right there at the bottom. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and add that playlist to your favorites, the Smoke Hour right now. It's easy, like Sunday morning, it doesn't cost you a thing. Also, in the chat right now, need to hear where you're from, age, sex, gender, whatever have you. We like to hear where everybody's tapping in from. And of course, you guys know this is a live call-in show. It's pinned in blue in the chat, so feel free to hit us up if you got any questions, comments, gripes, or you just got any questions, or if you just want to talk to Tina. You know what I'm saying? You guys feel free to do that, man. But anyway, so this topic, this came up recently, and I know a lot of guys talk about this, that they feel like the modern black woman, for lack of a better term, the modern black woman, you have to pay to be in a relationship with her. And it's like, regardless, you can't even make it past the first date sometime without being asked, I need to get my nails done. I need to get a bill paid. I need to get my hair done. My kids need shoes.
Are you asking for something?
Not asking. I'm just taking you out on a date. This is like the first date ever. You know what I'm saying? And women will be so vocal about, I'm against prostitution. I'm against prostitution. Where are we at? Oh yeah, we're past 2 minutes, so I can say that. Yeah, I'm against prostitution. I'm against prostitution, but it's like it's basically, if it's not free, it's got to be prostitution. I think Blueface pointed this out on a video the other day.
I heard
if
about
I'm
that.
paying for it, anything other than free is prostitution, right? So,
and I think that's going to open a whole new level of conversations that are going to be had. But a lot of women probably don't even care if someone, I mean, I don't care if that's what a person wants to think. If that's what a man wants to say, oh, that's considered prostitution. Well, that's your opinion, and
he said that's my opinion.
That's your opinion. That's how you feel. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's how you feel, I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, if those are just your thoughts. I mean, I think that men say things like that to tear women down.
You don't think that's true?
What? That is considered prostitution?
So I know we talked about a topic which we'll get into later.
Okay.
About women basically make definitions, or they can define whatever they want at any given, regardless of what the definition says. Mm-hmm. They'll say, well, that's not that, or that's not that, that's not that. So do you think, and based upon the women that you know, do you think that that's not a thing, that to be in a relationship with a black woman, you have to be able to,
I think
to
be in a relationship with any woman, you should be in a position where you're ready to, spend some money.
To spend some money?
Yeah.
At what point are we spending money?
You should be spending money on the first date.
On the first date?
Yeah. Because what do you want? Like, what do you want me to do? I mean, traditionally, the man is asking the woman out, right?
Right.
Okay. So you're asking me out. If I'm going to say yes, I'm definitely not saying yes with the expectation of going out and having to spend money. Now, I will bring my own money because I don't know what's going to happen on this date. It's better to be safe. Obviously, no one should leave the house without money, but I'm just saying, like, that would be my expectation. If you're requesting my if you're asking me to be, requesting my presence,
right,
then I would anticipate you are interested in, spending some time with me. My time is not technically free. I'm not saying that you're paying for it, but you kind of are.
But I'm getting you some dinner.
Okay.
Which I know there's some guys who have an issue even doing that.
Okay.
They think that, they can just get with a woman and not have to pay for dinner. But I think there's an overwhelming amount of guys, and I know you've heard of this, and you may have known some women that bring up they need their bills paid on the first date. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that if you know how to ask in a roundabout way.
But you gotta ask in a roundabout way.
Or, you can be direct.
Yeah.
I mean, that just depending on what type of woman you are. I mean, what's wrong with that?
So that's have you known of people, or have you done that?
Ask for my bills to be paid on the first date?
On the first date?
No.
Have you asked for like nails or hair?
On the first date?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So
I don't think that I've ever asked for that on the first date. No. I mean, if we're having a follow-up date and I have to do something, I have to be, maybe dressed a certain way or what have you. I mean, I wouldn't ask directly. I don't think I would probably say, well, I don't have my nails done. I wouldn't ask on the first date, though. I don't think I would. I don't know. I guess it depends. It depends on where we're going after this. What are we doing after this date? How did things go on this date? Because, obviously, that's kind of like the interview process. You're having a moment where you're kind of checking out the guy, seeing what he's like, what's he about? Are you interested in moving things forward? So on and so forth.
So it's convenient after, when do you think is a good time to be asking a man for some money? Because I think that this is something that, we live in a society as far as the culture that we're in within the Black community in America, and I'm pretty sure it's spreading all over the West and even to the East, where, the Cardi B's, the Meg Thee Stallions, the, Little Kim kicked it off, if you want some of this ass, fuck with me and get some money, I ain't doing nothing unless you pay me. You know what I'm saying? Don't even waste my time. If it ain't about this, don't even waste I know Lil Kim started it off. So I think that's one of those things where men are being judged based upon what they can do like right now without her even having to earn anything. It's just by virtue of her being pretty or having a fat ass or a BBL,
but,
without her even bringing anything.
But then there are men who are thinking that, him buying you dinner constitutes you having to give him sex. And the man who thinks that you owe him sex after dinner is not the man for you.
I don't agree with that either. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that, me buying you a meal is, access to the buns, because I might not even like your attitude, which won't give me a stiffy. It'll give me a
But maybe, what if you do like her attitude? What if you do like, everything about a woman?
It's still the interview process, so I don't think she's entitled to ask me for money.
Yeah, but have you ever experienced that?
What?
A woman asking you for money on the first date?
No, but women talk about their damn problems, as you said, and that's what you mean by a roundabout way.
Yeah.
Women, what she means by in a roundabout way, give us some examples, because I know you talk about these examples for the ladies, because there's obviously some ladies that don't know how to talk to men. What's the and fellas for the fellas that's listening and for the ladies that don't know, what's the roundabout way, Miss Tina Summers, that you would go saying to a man, basically he should be able to catch, because women speak through innuendo or either other ways, but they won't be direct. What's some ways that a man could hear on a date about basically you need to give me some money?
I think that it depends on what you need. On my rent. It depends on what you need.
I don't know how I'm gonna.
That's
the key. I heard you say that a few times. That's your favorite word.
I don't know how I'm gonna.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
They don't want half of it. They want the whole thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, some men are slow and they don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So that's his fault if he don't understand that.
I think all men understand that. I think they all understand that. I think that they act like they don't understand it, or because you have some men that are like, you can say, I don't know how I'm going to take care of this light bill because it's just insane. You know, this month it's like really high, whatever, you know, I had the money, but I had to get my car fixed, whatever. Right. And they may sit on the phone like quiet or whatever, or not even addressing that. And then you can say something else like, oh God, my back hurts so bad. And then instantly they're like, oh, well, if you want me to rub your back.
Back rubs
Why
is
would
free.
you rub my back? I get that it's free, but
And
back
so is
rubs
ass.
tend to lead to other things. No, it's not.
Ass is not free.
No.
So it's
I
prostitution.
mean, I guess so. But I mean, you're the one who said that, you know.
Said what? What did I say?
I mean, you know that it's not free. Every man knows that it's not free.
So why is it such a hard?
It's not even free in marriage. Like, people are married. Like, think about women in marriage. They're not like just giving it up for free. I mean, they are, but they aren't. You know, most of the time, a woman who's in a relationship or a woman who's married, she's going to do something extra because she wants something extra.
Something extra, like what?
Like maybe
bring extra woman.
You know, no. That's not what I mean. What I mean is she's probably wanting something that she's already asked for, something, you know, materialistic, or maybe a class that she wants to take. I mean, because it doesn't necessarily always have to be like a purse or something like that. Maybe she needs money for something specific that she's trying to do to maybe even better herself or help with her business, you know? And in order to get this thing, she's probably like, oh, well, you know, he deserves a little something, or it'll be easier for me to have this conversation with him if I give him the thing that he wants. So someone says not marriage. It's marriage.
Give a little just to get a little. Or give a lot. Give a lot.
I mean,
to
you're
get a
still
little.
Married. It's just, you know, maybe he doesn't mind giving you the thing. It's just, you know, it encourages him to give it to you a little bit quicker. Or maybe you're just, you know, maybe he's like bitching about it. Maybe he's like, oh, well, I already told you, you know, I got to do this and I got to do that. But you know that he has, you know, the means to take care of the thing that you want. That's not to say that's any, it's like I don't want to call it a game, but that's kind of what it is, you know? Okay. And maybe that keeps everything spicy. Yeah. You know, who wants to be bored?
Who wants to be bored?
Who wants to be bored?
I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of women that's struggling, that's trying to keep up in appearance. Mm-hmm. You know, and this whole innuendo thing. Tons of men have been on dates, and they say that it's within the first date that she asking for some money. What do you do? Mm-hmm. Already planning all this extra stuff. Maybe even asking him for a cash app. Well, on the first date, cash app. Can you cash app me some money?
I think everybody has everyone is entitled to, you know, we all have choices. Life is choices. If that's not what you want to engage in, or if this is the woman, if this woman is showing you who she is on the first date and this is not what you're into, then you need to probably get with someone else, you know. But the name of the game is, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be the first date. I mean, you know, obviously you're spending money on the first date anyway. Mm-hmm. You're taking a person out, you're spending the money anyway, so you know that you've already done that part. So it's not like you haven't already come out of your pocket, you know. I mean, but then some people they like to think that they're clever, so they, you know, first date is going to the beach or something like that.
What's wrong with that?
What's right with that?
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. We're going to the beach?
Yeah, what's wrong
with
that? So
I'm going to put a bathing suit or something on in front of you for what? Like what kind of beach date are we going to? Are we going to like a picnic where we're bringing things? Or is it like, oh, I just want to walk on the beach? What if I don't want to walk on the beach?
It's not about what you want to do.
Really?
It's about what I want to do.
Why?
You think a man should take a woman where she wants to go on the first date?
I feel like it should be discussed. What are we going to do? Where are we going? What do you know what I'm saying?
And you ain't paying for it.
No, I'm not. But what I'm asking you is, why would you not discuss that with me? I mean, I obviously would need to know so that I can pass along that information to someone else. You're a new person. I don't know you.
So if I said we're going to the beach,
Mm-hmm.
you need a full itinerary so you can
If someone told
decide
me,
whether you're gonna go with me to the beach or not.
if someone said, I want to take you to the beach, I'll be like, okay, and then what? What are we doing after that? Or what do you mean when we go to the beach? Like, what are we going to do? I'm definitely going to ask, well, what are we going to do when we go to the beach?
It's a surprise. How you gonna? You can't be telling everything like, oh, so I got this wonderful picnic planned for, and then you're gonna end up ghosting them on that day, or something came up, or whatever. The dude that you really want to be with, or the dude that got skin in the game, you're gonna end up going with him. This man done planned a picnic, then spent money, and then you just gonna flake on him, and then
Why would you say somebody's gonna flake though?
It happens.
I mean, somebody could flake on you going to a restaurant. So guess what? It would probably be in your best interest to just plan a date at a restaurant, because if they're gonna flake on you, you didn't come out of pocket. Right?
I just don't see why a date can't be cheap and inexpensive. Excuse me.
No, you said it right. Cheap.
What happened to character?
Right. And character, that's great. Everybody can't go on a beach date on the first date. You know what I mean? Like, and then let me say this. Obviously, you're going to the beach. What are you going to be doing? Like, how are we going to converse with one another? We just going to be walking around in the water, or are we going to just walk on the beach and have a conversation with one another?
Let's keep it funky.
Okay.
There's an overwhelming amount of Black women who deal with Pookie. Pookie does not take you on dates. He comes over, claps the cheeks. You maybe fix him a plate of food, give him some money, let him drive your car. Oh, this happens. You put him putting men in I've had coaching sessions with women who bought guys cars, put them in apartments and things like that. And all he has to do is clap the cheeks. You know what I mean? So
that's sad.
Yeah, that is pretty sad. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm just saying, this is something that really goes on, like where women actually spend that much time, and effort on this type of dude, but yet still she wants you to basically roll out the red carpet, cater to her. Take her to the finest, you have to have this bottle of champagne, roses, all of that. Y'all seen the skits, and she'll take all that stuff to go and take it home to Pookie while he's waiting. This stuff with women, I mean, you got a certain caliber of women who deal with certain men, but for the most part, all this shit, you spending money for the chance, and at the end of the day, all you're doing is making her life better. You're coming into a woman's life a lot of times that may not bring anything to you, may not better your life in any way, shape, or form. It's more of a detriment and more of a bill. So that whole thing, it really is, man. It really is prostitution. So if that's the case, how much do you need? That's why a lot of you fellas, and I'm not saying it, but when you got a woman that's talking like that or that's acting like that, just ask her how much she needs, and get all the BS out of the way if we got to do all of that. You know what I mean? I can't be mad. She like you more than me. Exactly. It's one of those things. And I'll wait for her. I know she had to step out real quick. I'll wait for her to get back here. But the paying bills. I need money for my hair. I need money for my nails. I need gas money to come to the date. I need babysitter money, which is another common thing that's being asked. I need a babysitter. Are you going to pay for my babysitter? You know what I mean? And this is a real thing. We had a caller in here. They must have dropped out of here. Sometimes you can just enjoy the company of a woman. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. As long as she's not talking about herself. Because you'll take some women out on a date and it's just like she's talking about herself. She needs money. You have to pay for it. You have to backwards plan. You have to do all of these things. You're quote unquote interviewing her, but you're showing her a good time. She's just going out using guys for dates for fun, just to keep her occupied while maybe some other dude gets his shit together. You never understood the fascination with Pookie. Hey, no judgment. Can't get mad at what a woman likes. If that's what a woman likes, that's what she likes. And as Tina said on a previous episode, I think it was the first episode, a woman's type never changes. She may say her type changes, but her type doesn't change. If she liked Pookie in her 20s, she's gonna like Pookie in her 60s. You know, it's just one of those things. So yeah, I was talking about the whole paying bills, prostitution. Why can't I just offer you the amount for the buns and just be like, you know, if you're on that type of time,
well,
but you're insulted though.
No, I mean, if that's the type of time a person is on, I mean, if you're thinking that way, you don't think that there's some women out there that feel the same way? I mean, it literally might just be the type of time they're on.
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I mean, it's not everybody, but there are some people out there that are like that. Quid pro quo.
That's
something
right.
For something.
Prostitution. Exchange of goods and services.
It's the thing. So you're always talking about black women. But as a black man, you know, you're not ever, I don't know. Do you feel like you're a type of person that's there to like defend and protect black women, you know, at the drop of a hat? Because there's so many black men that are like, they won't protect and they won't be there for a black woman, but they're always there to hold them accountable or call them names or bring them down or, you know, make them feel like shit. So
I think a black man.
I mean, but you don't want to protect. You don't want to, you know.
I'm not going to protect a woman that can't speak to me.
So who are you trying to protect? She's too good.
I'll protect the women in my immediate family.
Oh.
And if that's my girl or my woman, then that's it. But I'm not about to protect a woman that think that she can't speak to me and she's too good or looks down on me because
I'm not speaking in terms of
because I'm not a dope boy or because I'm average because I speak proper. You know what I'm saying? Why would I protect a woman like that called me that old lame ass? You know what?
But I mean, it seems to be a common theme. There's so many men that are just like, I guess they have such a dislike for black women. I mean, your answer is good and all, but I mean, it's a safe answer.
It's a safe answer?
It's a safe answer.
How is that a safe answer? Because,
I mean, what man isn't going to protect women in his immediate, you know what I mean?
Why should he protect a woman that he doesn't know?
I'm not saying that he literally is protecting a woman.
But you're talking about defending?
Yeah, you know, in terms of if there's a discussion that arises and you have the, you know, ability to be a part of that said discussion, you know, because when people speak of black women, they speak of black women as a whole. They don't say, oh, everybody except my mama, everybody except my girl. They just say black women in general.
Well, there's some mamas as hoes. There's some sisters. I'll be the first one to say that. There's some mamas as hoes. I tell the dudes that watch my channel, your mother, you talk about single mothers, your mother was a single mother. Your mother was getting piped down by Rodney or a brother like me. You know what I'm saying? Drilling her on a late Saturday evening. You know what I'm saying? While you was in the other room drinking Capri Suns and playing Super Nintendo or regular Nintendo. So you can't sit here and say that my mother did. You know, your mother was doing these same things that a lot of these women are doing. But now it just seems like I think black women as a whole have brought about this ratchet culture out of any, and it's not that I'm not talking down, but since you said that, if we look at women throughout the world and you think of ratchet culture, like
nobody's focusing on any other women in the world.
Why are they not?
I don't know. It's something so fascinating about black women that they literally have to hold a microscope to, like, you know, they have to blow it up, make it big.
So since you mentioned
But
that,
anyway, yeah.
white
So
white
let's get back
women,
on topic.
white women. So that was a question I was going to ask. So
Okay.
so white women. Now, I
I
don't think white women, and this is a good point. I don't think that white women are going to be necessarily or aren't going to be going for broke men.
no,
They're not going to be
absolutely
unless
not.
she's a BBW,
Mm.
that's a heavyweight, or she's on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've seen, my
Right.
experience,
Correct.
you either have to be or have a hood degree. So it's those three types of white women that typically deal with bottom of the barrel men. I'm not saying black men specifically, but it'll be the BBW, which white men don't like BBWs. Off top, that is not their preference. Whether she's on drugs, if she keeps it within the home, but if she's apparently smoked out,
Mm-hmm.
a white man doesn't want to have anything to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's into black men, a white man definitely doesn't want to have anything to do with that.
Right.
What did Kanye West say on that song? She said her price will go down if she ever fuck a black guy or do anal or do a gangbang. So basically, it's on that level when it comes to shit like that. So I'm saying that to say,
Who would even know?
Who would even know?
Who would even know?
I mean, I guess they'll check the whole facts on whether she was dealing with whether she was getting some BBC. You can tell if she's a BBW. You know, you can tell if she's a heavyweight.
Right.
So you can tell if she's on some shit. So that's one thing. As far as
Not
being a
all
black
the
guy.
time.
No, I'm just that's what I said apparently,
Oh,
because
okay.
there are a lot of white women that are on prescription pills. I think that's the biggest population in the States, obviously, is white women that's on prescription drugs, which is basically, you know, just as dangerous, if not more dangerous than street drugs.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
yeah.
I think white women do go for men with money, but I don't think it's as blatant as just like, if you want to deal with me, you have to have money. I need my nails and hair done.
It's such a different realm, though, because I mean, I think that a lot of white women know where to place themselves in order to get certain men that have money. And
what does that mean? Please expound on that.
They know where to go. They know what areas to hang out in. They know people who know people. It's so different because I mean, it's easy to go downtown and, walk into a room full of white men that have money. I mean, what rooms are you going to walk into? I mean, I'm not saying that they don't exist, but I'm saying it's so easy. It's just more, what word am I looking for? Plentiful. I mean,
so a black woman can't do that.
She can go in a room with a bunch of white men, yeah, that have money. I mean, what's the likelihood of you, unless you know somebody, unless there's something arranged, there's typically not going to be a situation where there's a setup where there's just a bunch of black men just randomly in a restaurant together that all have money. I mean, it's possible. It's just not as prevalent as, their white counterparts. I mean, because you can go somewhere you can leave right now and go downtown and walk into a nice restaurant downtown. And 9 times out of 10, probably, a large amount of the white men in that area, in that restaurant, have money, or they own companies, or they, they're grossing they're at least.
So white women network better than black women.
It's easier for them to network because it's available to them. I mean, the men, that's where the money is. But I mean, I've seen white women with money who don't mind spending money on their man or money on men, period. I've seen it with my own eyes, like white women who spend money on younger men. That's a thing.
I think it's a thing for most older women to spend money on younger men. I think that's a norm, in terms of things like that.
What?
Like older women, I think that's really, in my estimation. Sorry, we got kids here. Dealing with some kids here. I think that's a norm for an older woman. Typically, in my experience, an older woman is going to be spending money if she's with a younger man. Just my thoughts. It's very rare for a younger man to be with an older woman, and that older woman not be spending money, because that's the trade off,
right?
And I feel like that goes for all ages, for the most part. But the networking part is, I guess, what we were addressing. So basically, there's more opportunity for white women, or they're more wealthier white men than there are.
I mean, and of course it probably depends on the area, but I know for sure where we are, that's where the money is. Because I mean, fight me. I'm sure everybody's gonna have something to say like, oh, that's not true. This percent of men, blah, blah, blah. And I get it, but I'm speaking in terms of where we live and what we know to be true. Yeah.
I think there are wealthy
black men,
but I think that those particular women who find themselves that are attractive may attract a certain type of man, or maybe just into a certain type of man.
And then it depends on your level of what you see as being wealthy. I mean, a man can just have a lot of money. That doesn't mean that he spends it wisely, or he's saving or investing or what have you.
So we're gonna go ahead and before we bring on this first caller here, guys, go ahead and hit that like button. We should have 100 likes. You guys are being stingy in here this evening. We've been on here for 30 minutes. I'm about to bring on the first caller. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Even though I'm not even gonna call it that type of stream. Even though we're on here tonight, this is the greatest show on YouTube right now. Even though you guys aren't tuned, you guys are acting funny tonight. We only got 50. Let's run it up to 50. Sheesh. Everyone should have hit that like button. Goodness. Man's money is not entitled to a female at any point. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring on the first caller. Jamar, how you doing, sir? Are you there? Did you step off to the shitter? What's up?
Stupid.
Well, let me know. I'm gonna put you in the background, so let me know when you show back up. Yeah, you got tired of waiting, I guess. But so, white women do want money. I'm pretty sure they don't want to be with a broke dude.
Nobody wants to be with a broke dude.
So, yeah. I think this is him. Which one you want, man? You there?
Hello?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I got a quick question for you, JR.
Sure. Where you calling?
There's a lot of talk. Oh, I'm calling in from North Carolina.
All right, shout out. What's up? What's on your mind, man?
Man, I've been on YouTube, I've been rewatching some of the Kevin Samuels stuff. Every now and then I like to go back, check out Kevin Samuels. And while I'm checking out the Kevin Samuels stuff, I found a lot of content surrounding Michael B. Jordan, and on how basically Black women wouldn't want a Michael B. Jordan, even though he's so successful. Even though he's a successful actor. And I'm kind of confused on that. If you wouldn't mind like shining some light on why Black women wouldn't want to be with, a guy like Michael B. Jordan.
What do you think? Before I answer that.
Why women wouldn't want to be with a Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's attractive. I don't see why women wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have a personality or something. I'm not 100% sure. I know that they were, like, hi, Jamar. I know that they were saying, I guess, or he was saying something to the effect of how he was treated, I guess, when he was younger.
Yeah.
How was that more? Is that more of like what everyone's like trying to speak in terms of like, wasn't he dating white women?
Yeah, he was dating white women at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like if that, I don't know. If you see a man dating white women, I feel like that's his preference. And I mean, that's just, I wouldn't be interested in a man who dates white women.
No? I know you said that before.
No, not at all. I'm not a white woman. I'm not what you want. So, I mean, that's what you're showing. That's what you're telling me. If you're dating white women, you're telling me that that's your preference. Right. I can never be your preference because I can never be a white woman.
So I don't think that's necessarily true.
So you can't date different women?
True.
You could date different women, but I feel like most men who date white women, I mean, that's just my opinion. That's basically what I know. That's what I've seen. I mean, you could probably be a woman, but I mean, do you date white women? Have you dated white women? Do you like white women?
No, I haven't. But what I'm saying is
that's because it's not your preference.
It's not my preference. Have you dated white men?
Yes.
So, I mean, I know we're asking you,
yeah.
But it's like a man can't have a preference and the hypocrisy of certain things. So let's just say he's dated a Hispanic woman, he's dated an Asian woman, he's dated a white woman, he's dated a black woman.
Okay.
He's still out of the question. Like he's still.
I mean, what do you see him with most? That would probably
you wouldn't see it.
Or who does he have kids with?
Man, listen. back to answer your question. I think that's he's looked at as corny because of what happened with Lori Harvey. I think before there wasn't really much in terms of him.
I mean, to me, it kind of seemed like Lori kind of played with his emotions and played him for a fool and just used his money for a quick come up and used his name as a quick come up, because I didn't know who she was really until everybody started talking about how they had just broke up.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really know who she was until that happened.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what it was, because I don't think they didn't call him corny until that happened, in my estimation. I didn't hear anything about him because he was like the sexiest man alive or something like that. All of a sudden, once that happened, it was like this man's in his 30s, he's dating a woman 10 years younger than him. She dumps him, and he's supposed to be the hottest man on earth. And
even if you remember, like even Steve came out and said that he messed his own daughter up. Publicly, Steve came out on YouTube, or it was on somewhere where he uttered them words where I spoiled my daughters to death, and I don't think another man gonna be able to deal with that because I just anything they wanted, I just gave it to them. Right. So Steve came out there and said that. So
got you. Yeah, that's the only answer I got for you, bro. I don't know anything other than when that happened that he was called corny. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, wasn't he the one who brought that up, though? The things that had happened to him when he was in school, I guess?
No, I don't remember. I remember that girl saying something about it that she went because he went to a private school.
Oh, okay.
And she was talking about him on a podcast. And he approached her about it and said, "Didn't you call me corny?" So on and so forth.
Oh.
And then he was like, okay. Then they asked him about it on another interview. And he was like, "I'm not even going to entertain that question. I'm not even going to give energy to that question at the end of the day." So, it is what it is. I mean, it's where you're at now at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And I know Javon, we had Javon on here the other night, and he was like, "You'll always be your seventh grade self."
Yeah.
Regardless of where you make it in life, you'll always be that kid inside or whatever. But, that's just my thoughts.
I got one more question for you, man, because I've been talking to a lot of my guy friends about the black chicks they've been dating or whatever, and a lot of us younger black males, we sit here and we watch on YouTube, kind of learn about women, or if we don't have that male figure, or even we'll talk to the older heads and kind of learn about what we need to do and stuff like that. And it kind of seemed like a lot of my peers are moving towards paying for that dinner, hello.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh yeah. It seems like a lot of my peers are moving towards paying for that meal, clapping them cheeks, and then leaving. Because it's like it's not even it's like we just kind of see that if it's about money, then it's best to just clap cheeks and then leave early and then just do the same thing with another woman instead of trying to be loyal and because it's just like if it's about money, then hey, I mean that's what a lot of my peers are doing to these women. So I just wanted your take on that too.
What was your question?
Do you think it's wrong to level the playing field? That's my question.
I'll put it like this, man. There's nothing wrong, and I think Tina said this on a few episodes ago, even for women. Explore, do what you do, 20s, 30s, whatever, but just know it'll never bring you peace. I'll just tell you that from a man's perspective. If you want to level the playing field, you want to clap cheeks, pump and dump, I guess is what you were getting at. By all means, go for it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I always say I don't feel sorry for anything that happens to women. You know what I mean? Because I know how dirty women are. You know what I'm saying? I know the nasty shit they do and all the how cold-blooded women can get. But when a woman gets pumped and dumped and all that it really don't bother me. So you know what I'm saying? If that's what they feel like doing, hey, go for it, man. I don't agree with I don't agree with just being disingenuous and leading someone on and lying about certain stuff. You know what I mean?
I kind of like some guys, some guys are just like leaving women stranded, and I feel like that's kind of messed up. Right. They go out to these dates and they basically they go out to a date at the beach and they basically brought the chick with them, and the chick done did something to disrespect him, and she done left. She done left her at the beach.
I told this story. I told this story about I ain't gonna say his name, but I told this on a video before. He picked her up at the club, and he went to the Waffle House and he was like, "Yo, I need you to look out for me real quick." So she leaned over on the driver's side, did her thing. He was like, "Hey, I need you to go inside and go pick me up order scramble with a waffle." She's like, "Okay, cool, no problem." She hit him with, "I don't usually do this," before she did it, right? So he sent her inside to get some food. As soon as he sent her inside to get some food, he pulled off and left her. Put her off and left her ass there. You know what I'm saying? Horrible. But
I think, but because of just stuff like that, I think women need to be more careful about who they going on dates with and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think it's not a great thing, but I think that something needs to happen in order for America to change, because it is a good portion of us out here that do want wives and want to be married, but it just seemed like America is pushing the agenda that it's better to be single, because the people that spend the most, I think, is women. That's what I think. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I think is.
Yeah, I think that's
people that spend the most single women.
Consumerism, yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, that's the stance I got for you, bro. Tell them, pump and dump, live his best life.
All right. I appreciate it. I'll talk to y'all later.
Hey, no worries.
Hi.
All right. Get him about it. You guys go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button real quick. Bring him on. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring on the next caller here. See what we talking about. Yes, sir. How you doing this evening?
What's going on, Battle? What's happening?
Hey, what's happening?
Oh man, I say whore. You know how we get down.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like this when it comes to the gist of it all. If somebody don't appreciate what you doggone provide and all this other stuff, then it's time to GOOO.
For sure.
I'm serious. Because I know that people that were in the military that were in the middle of a move from one duty station to another duty station, and they went with wifey to visit wifey's family, and they got up to go buy them a pack of Newports, and they never came back, and they filed divorce papers.
Happens all the time. That's for sure.
All the time. I'm one of them. I was like, I'm gonna go get some Newports, and I left. You know what I'm saying? The next time anything to do with me was seen was a process server. You being served with divorce papers. So, it is what it is. I mean, for those that like to do what did you call it? Pump and dump? I don't call it that. I call it smash and dash. And that's just the gist of it all. Because I look at things just me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at my age, marriage is out of the question. Completely, because all that I've built, there's no way at my age I'm going to get married to a woman and she's going to be entitled to Gold Star veteran benefits and all this other stuff and everything that I've built, but she wasn't at home waiting on me to get back from Iraq or Afghanistan at no given part in our relationship. Oh no. So, I'll date monogamously, but marriage, it ain't happening. Oh, see, I done went way off what I called in for. What I called in for, check out this story that came out. They did a survey of jewelers nationwide in the United States, K's and the different, I'm not trying to put their names to advertising, of course. Engagement ring sales are 25%
right
lower, and they expect them to be lower next year too. See, that's that modern woman thing, that me, my, I want, but you can't be cooperative with a man. At least men that are in, I'm 60. So marriage, no, I've been there, done that before, and I don't want it no more. It ain't happening. But for the younger men, they still have a chance and opportunity to bond and, have a woman that's cooperative with them and build and grow. I'm too old for that. I'm,
stuck in my ways.
I'm 60. It ain't going on. You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, I be real with it, and some people that, they don't like, oh, you just, because I would be on some streams and it would always be a black woman. Listen to the way I articulate the English language. He got a white bitch at home. He got a white bitch at home. Really? Just because I don't sound like Pookie from 43rd Street on the south side of Chicago, where I'm from, right? Just because I don't articulate the English language like the ghetto I was born and raised in, that I left and strive to have a better life and provide a better life for my children. Interesting.
I can dig it.
I know, because I know you being a veteran yourself, you probably got a lot of, hood stones thrown at you. Said you sold out the hood and you going to fight the white man's war. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I ain't really heard that, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, but bruh, this is a great show. I don't want to take up too much of your time. This is a great show. I'm loving it with the topic that's going on. You got a female, you got a co-host, or you're her co-host, however y'all co-hosting. it's good to have a male and female together on one stream because you get it from both ends of the spectrum.
Absolutely.
Opposed to a monolithic interpretation of what is going on.
Absolutely.
That's the best way to do it. So,
indeed.
Yeah. So, hey, Roger out, battle.
All right.
I'm
Have a good
popping
night.
smoke.
Have a good night.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Shout out to that brother there. You know, that veteran. Let's see what we got before we bring on the next caller. Yeah, so yo, hit the like button, guys. Man, you know what? I'm not even gonna ask nobody to hit the fucking like button, man. Fuck these, fuck this shit. They're here for you, Tina.
Oh.
The co-host is fire. Yeah, he
Thank
was a
you.
vet, all right. If
Yeah.
you're not grounded in Jesus Christ, young, leave marriage alone. That part. Jesus Christ.
You're not grounded in Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's what he said.
That part.
That part.
Anyway, guys, before we bring on the next caller, like I said, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Go ahead and add this playlist to your favorites. The Smoke Hour. We are on episode 4. We're gonna keep running them up. Make sure if you guys haven't yet, go ahead and comment in the chat where your age, sex, gender, location helps for the algorithm. One time, I'm the best YouTuber to ever do it, and I got the up and coming star here to my left, Miss Tina Summers, which is about to be doing numbers. So, without further ado, I see you got your water. Go ahead and take a sip before I bring them on. I didn't even eat yet. Jeez.
I ate several times.
Coach Ali's Corner. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing smoke, brother JR. How are you?
Oh, all is well. Where you calling in from tonight?
Calling from Detroit, from the jungles of Detroit.
Yes, sir. 313.
Shout out to Sister Tina. How are you, sister?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing smooth. So, real quick, I won't keep it very long. I'm driving right now, but I just had 2 quick bullet points, and then I'll hop off. So, Sister Tina, I was on the road when I heard you say that when a brother dates white women, that if he were to approach you, you know that that's not his preference. And I know it's your opinion, which is cool, but I got to give a little bit of a pushback on it because it's a talking point that men hear a lot. It goes into that category of, your mama black, your sister black, why would you not want to date anything other than your own? And, a lot of us aren't trying to bang our moms or our sisters. You know what I mean? So, when men look at dating, we're looking at what's best for us. As far as, is woman nurturing? Is she soft? Is she family oriented? So, when I heard it, it just kind of gave me a chuckle as to why we hear a lot of ladies say that a lot, where, if we happen to date a white woman, then, black women aren't our preference. I mean, we're trying to play the field to see who's best, who's the best deal for us, whether she's black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever. But it's kind of like that. When we hear it, like, we should get first right of refusal because we want the black discount, which is disingenuous. And my second point, I was going back, this is earlier on in the show, is that you're right, brother Jared. I watched the show. I'm out of O'Shea's camp. I do some background work for the Negro Manosphere. Okay. That every woman should have the right to like what they like.
Right.
If you like Thuggo, if you like Pookie, that's cool. I would kind of be considered that lame guy, went to school. Like I was an athlete, so I kind of had, a little bit, but I think a lot of pushback where a lot of guys are kind of coming from is that it's okay to like what you like, but you get the double back and you look for those lames to come bail you out of a situation, which is disingenuous. That's not fair. I'm a divorced dad. I have 3 boys myself, so I'm always at the children's school, volunteering, helping out. And you always get sisters to kind of nudge me, like, can you kind of look after my son? And I'm like, what am I looking at you? What am I looking after your son for? I got 3 of my own. I don't mind, helping in that community basis, but where's this father? And a lot of times it's where to sort out, men for fun. And then when you're in a jam, you want to double back on the guys that you overlook, that are responsible. And that's where guys are kind of bowing out of this conversation, because the playbook is out now. Shout out to the relate Roger Allen Curry, the beta male revolution. Right. Guys are understanding that, this whole clean of the community, the stepdad market is basically non-existent at this point, or it's slowly dwindling. Right. That's why passport bros are getting big. Dating out is getting big. Brothers are, going through the history of dating and relationships. Like, for example, the book Promises I Can Keep, Why Women Choose Motherhood Over Marriage. We see the type of behavior that is allowed without consequence. And when we get the task of building a community while they're simultaneously tearing it down, who wants to sign up for that? Yes. So I'll get off my soapbox, but I just wanted to drop those gems. Shout out to you both. I love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm get in here and make me a sandwich, and I'm turn it in for the night. But y'all be smooth.
Good points, brother. Good points. Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you for calling.
Absolutely.
All right, later. Yeah, he's definitely, that is a thing that's constant. I don't know if you heard that, because I know you're not necessarily in this space here, but that is a huge issue that men are talking about, that they're asked to, the guys who are maybe well-to-do or maybe out and about, or maybe are divorced or whatever have you, have kids or nephews or, whatever, they go out to these games and they're asked, oh, hey, this is a, good looking man that may have been overlooked, but you're looking for a mentor for your son because he may be starting to act up now, or you can't, I don't want to say handle him, but he's smelling himself, and the dad may not be in the picture, or there's not a male figure to show him. And I know Javon was on the show one night and he was talking about this, where he was that father who basically, as far as coaching the football team, all the kids, all the moms would kind of like look to him, and he would like pile them up in his truck or pile them up in his van, go get some food, bring them back and things like that. But for the fellas who basically have bust their ass, have worked to get to the point where they're at, usually, they spent their 20s maybe getting overlooked, or maybe, going to college, getting after it. And then when they're finally hitting that financial stride, maybe in their mid to late 30s, early 40s, and they're seeing things change, now these women want to pop up, right, and want him to be the cleanup man, so to speak, right, but wouldn't traditionally give him the time of day. Correct. And I think that goes with the reason why I brought that up, because I think this goes with what you were saying, what I asked you like on our first episode. I know you stepped out when I mentioned it. You said a woman's type doesn't change.
I don't think a woman's type changes. No. Well, and here's the thing. What I want to piggyback off of what you said earlier about, because he did have some very valid points. Who do you think it benefits the most when that man does step in and helps that young boy, that the mother is saying, oh, do you mind, I don't know what they're actually asking, like maybe to mentor their son or to kind of just look out for them or whatever the case may be. That's going to benefit that child, because I know men that have been like, oh, my dad was a piece of crap, or my mom, she dated these dudes that weren't any good for her, and, so on and so forth. But there was this coach, or there was this man, some kind of male figure, he didn't have to like be there every single day of this child's life, but that was something that the man held on to from his childhood. And that was like his way of, looking up to this person, saying, this is how I would prefer to be. This is what I would like to be. This is who I would like to be. So I think it benefits the child more than it benefits the mom. Yeah, of course, the mom is like, oh, can you do X, Y, and Z for my kid? And if you're not thinking with an open mind, I mean, and you get to choose whatever you want. You don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're being asked. But if you feel compelled or drawn to helping that child, that's great, because I mean, maybe you can make a very positive impact on that child. You know what I mean? And there was something else that you said that I wanted to respond to, but I can't remember what it was.
About the type that doesn't change, but you already answered that in terms of the type that doesn't change. I know Javon, and I'm going back to Javon because he talked about this at length on our interview. He said that his wife now already had 2 sons when he met her, and she offered to pay him to mentor her kids, or basically to be in her kids' life. And he was like, you know, I forgot what he said, but he didn't end up, you know, taking her money. He ended up basically marrying her. You know, he knew based off the conversation she was but she was just like, I will pay you. My sons, I'm a single mother, you know, I have a business, I will pay you, which I think some women will look at that. Well, that's out of the question. I'm not about to do no shit like that. He should probably do this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I have to pay a man? And I'm
I mean, I feel like that's a very, you know, that shows her, you know, her character. It shows that she, as a mom, you know, trusts that this man has the ability to instill something great in her children, and she's willing to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess she was coming off more of like, I'm not trying to get with you. You know, even though there may have been an attraction there, obviously there was, because they ended up getting married, but she was basically trying to say, hey, you know, my children are more important to me than, you know, just me trying to get with you.
Right.
I want to, you know, pay for your service, you know, if you will, because it's important that my young children grow up with a person that can show them the right path to go down, and someone that they could potentially look up to, relate to, or feel protected by, and so on and so forth.
So you're not opposed to paying for mentorship for your...
Absolutely not. I'm not opposed to that at all. I mean, don't you pay for music lessons? You know what I mean? You pay for therapy.
This
you
is
pay
a man.
for, but I mean, you know, you have to pay for the services that are provided to you. You can't always go out and expect for something for free.
Let's switch it up real quick.
Okay.
And I want you guys to chime in on this. This is a question. I meant to post this on my Instagram that I saw, and I don't think I had to pull it out. I was gonna say pause, but there's no need to say pause for that. Paraphrase it. This question here. Before I do, I see the algorithm started showing a player some love. All of a sudden, you know, you see we was at like 30 something for like an hour, and all of a sudden we're at close to 300. So since we're close to 300, take some time out. It's 300 something. It's almost, how many people we got in here? 266 people. There should be 200 likes, bare minimum 200 likes. It's free. It helps us to promote the channel. Not asking you for money or handouts, even though it's scrolling. You know, our cash apps is scrolling at the bottom. You know, I'm just asking you to hit the like button. There should be at least 200 likes, man. Quit playing. Also, comment where you're from, age, sex, location, all that good stuff. It helps for the algorithm. You can at least do that. Stop being stingy, man. So there was the question was, because this falls, I think this falls under the umbrella of having to pay a black woman to be in a relationship, sort of, kind of. Maybe not. You know what I'm saying? So,
what's the question?
The question is, we're coworkers, right?
Okay.
You're in a relationship. I'm in a relationship, right? I get you breakfast, right?
Okay.
So we'll do both sides first. This is what we'll do.
Okay.
So I'm in a relationship. Me and you are coworkers.
Okay.
I buy you breakfast. Right?
Okay.
Is that considered cheating as a man, me buying you breakfast?
Yes.
Why is that considered cheating?
Why are you buying me breakfast? You're in a relationship. I'm in a relationship. We know that the other, I mean, Is it like a coworker thing? Is that just something that we do? Like, hey, you get me this day, I got you the next day. I mean, you already said women and men can't be friends.
I can't buy a woman breakfast. you look at me like I can't buy her breakfast.
You're in a relationship. Did you buy your girlfriend breakfast this morning?
No, I didn't buy her breakfast this morning.
So you're gonna buy another woman breakfast and you didn't buy your girlfriend breakfast?
I mean, we at work, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you know,
that's not good.
She's at home. She can cook her own food. So I'm cheating because I bought her breakfast?
Why are you buying her breakfast?
I'm a nice guy.
Wrong answer. No, you're not buying her breakfast because you're a nice guy. You're buying her breakfast because you're trying to buy time, attention. You're trying to buy something else. There's something that you want.
Now let's flip this.
Okay.
Keep the hypocrisy. And I want you to don't switch up nothing that, you know, because, you know, I asked you this offline. The same question based upon this.
Okay.
You're in a relationship, right? You got a man. You're in a relationship. I'm buying you breakfast. Right. Are you cheating by you letting me buy you breakfast?
How am I supposed to know you're buying me breakfast? I didn't ask you to buy me breakfast, right? You bought it for me, correct?
Is it cheating though?
Am I cheating because you bought me breakfast and I'm in a relationship and you just voluntarily bought me breakfast? Like, you bought the breakfast. Am I supposed to be like, no, thank you. We're at work. I'm probably hungry or something.
What did you just say prior to that about why I can't buy this woman breakfast?
Because you are cheating on your girl. Like, why would you? But
my intentions are what? You just said.
Yeah, those are your intentions. But that's not to say that.
If you know this man is trying to fuck, why would you take breakfast from him?
Does that mean I have to fuck him because he's buying me breakfast? Because he bought me breakfast? No, because it's not about being a hypocrite. Shit. I'm just saying, like, that doesn't mean I have to do something. I mean, I would be concerned as to why you're just voluntarily buying me breakfast if I'm not asking you for breakfast. That would seem a little weird. That would just seem weird. I mean, most people are like, hey, would you like something? I'm going to go grab a bite to eat. Would you like something?
I just came back. I bought myself some food. Okay. I didn't buy nobody else food.
Right.
I came back and bought you an order scramble with cheese.
Okay.
And a waffle.
You like that order scramble?
Yeah. An order scramble with cheese from Waffle House because nobody eats at IHOP. Except the people who don't have that, you know, don't have Waffle House. Not everybody has Waffle House. I know a lot of you blokes overseas probably like, what the hell is a Waffle House? Yeah, but you can Google it. It's perfectly fine for you to accept this breakfast routinely from a man and it not be cheating. But for your man to do it, it's perfectly wrong. If he was to do it,
he's the one doing it. He's the one, you know, he's the one with the action. He's doing the thing, you know. He has made up his mind. I'm gonna go do this thing. I mean, if he does it, I'm pretty sure his girl doesn't know about it, but that doesn't make it right. It's something that he did knowing that he's trying to do something. He's trying to get next to another female.
Babe, he pushed up on me. I didn't want to have sex with him. He pushed up on me. I just accepted the dick.
It's not the same.
That's exactly the same thing.
That's not even a realistic thing to say to somebody.
Women say that shit all the time. He pushed up on me. You never seen these things, never heard these things? I didn't want him. It's not what it looks like.
So what is that, rape? Like, what is that?
I mean,
come on.
Don't say the R word on here. Oh. Yeah, say yeah. Yeah. Hopefully that, you know. Hopefully that.
I'm so sorry.
I should have briefed you before. Yeah. You can't say that word on here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Just say the R word. Just say.
Say is that the R word?
Yeah, the R word. Yeah. Maybe but women say this. I didn't ask him, you know, it just happened. I didn't pursue him. He pursued me. I just accepted the D. He gave me the D. I accepted the D. It's like women have these patterns of, you know, speech to how they rationalize certain things. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get pregnant. He got me pregnant. It's not my fault. Hold her accountable. You know, that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know, so the same thing, like I also brought that up about the Mother's Day thing or the birthday thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay for your baby daddy to buy you a gift for your birthday. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the baby daddy, because this is something I read on I don't know if you read that. It was something going around social media. It went viral about the baby daddy buying her something, getting up, going over to the house, or whatever the situation was, getting his ex or his baby mama a gift for her birthday or something like that, right? Women were like, oh yes, that's incredible, that's awesome, he's supposed to do that.
No,
but let him be in a relationship. What if that was your man or your husband? Is it okay if he goes over to his baby mama's house and do that?
Absolutely
but why is it okay for you to receive those gifts?
I never said that was you're mixing the two.
You said something about sexual.
You're mixing the two.
You said you had a sexual history with that person.
You have a sexual history with that person. Okay, you had a baby with this person. They seen your body naked. Can I say naked?
Yeah, you can say naked. It's not. Yeah.
They seen you with no clothes on. Obviously, there was a time where you wanted to maybe spend the rest of your life with this person. You had, hopes and dreams. And
I got hopes and dreams of clapping those cheeks when I get you that breakfast. So that's what I'm saying. You can't. The rationality of this whole thing is just.
At the end of the day, this is a person that's always going to be in your life. There's a lot of consistency with that, simply because you have a child with this person. And then you're like leading a woman on if you do something like that. And she's your ex.
Like what?
And she's your ex, and you're buying these gifts. She's probably going to expect it. You never heard the saying, don't start anything that you can't hold out with. Like,
am I leading you on by getting you breakfast?
Are you leading me on by getting me breakfast?
Why you gotta, I don't think about this. I don't know why
because I'm trying. Because it's always a loophole. There's always a trick question.
It's not a trick question.
It is a trick question, because no, you're not leading a person on by getting them breakfast.
But you're taking the breakfast every day.
Okay, now you're making it an everyday thing. You said it was.
If it's gonna be, if you took it once, I'm gonna get it again. I'm not gonna be a simp forever, but I'm gonna be like, okay, it's starting off with small things. It's starting off with, little things here and there.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, during lunch break, you giving head fakes in the car. So you know what I'm saying? Doing pump fakes in the car. You know what I'm saying? So in my lap. But I'm just saying, women try to make it seem like they are so unaware of things. Oh, it was just breakfast. Oh, it was just roses. Oh, it was just this. It was just dick. Oh, it's just a baby. You know what I'm saying? It's this and that. I just wish that women would be realistic. It's just a baby.
It's just a baby.
Yeah, it was just one time. He shot the club up one time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I get it. Hey, I'm glad that you're sticking to your guns and you're not changing up what you said. If that's how you feel about it, that's how you feel. A lot of women feel. No, a lot of women feel how you. That's what I'm saying. A lot of women feel how you feel. When it comes to them, it's perfectly fine to do all those things, whether it's was it emotional cheating or the non-physical cheating or whatever these $100 cheating words that I can't think of right now. So, but continue.
The men are basically just, it's sex to men. Women, it has to be something a little more emotional. And I mean, I think that most women, or some women, there's like you're stonewalled anyway. Like we're stonewalling you anyway, because you already have a girlfriend. I'm not interested in you. I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? If I know this man has a girlfriend, okay, he bought me breakfast. I'll be like, oh, thank you. That was really kind of you, but you don't have to do that. I appreciate it, but you don't have to do that, or please don't do that anymore. It makes me feel uncomfortable, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So
don't women prefer men in relationships though?
I don't know why you keep saying that. I don't.
I know that you've had friends.
That's not me.
But that says a lot though.
Says a lot about what?
That women prefer men in relationships.
I
think there's an overwhelming amount of women that deal with men that are in relationships. They find those men more attractive, and there's something about competition.
I don't think it's a competition thing when it comes to that. Maybe it's just because they don't want to be bothered all the time. I don't know.
That's a good one.
I mean, they're probably like, I'm glad he got to go back over there because I don't feel like dealing with him all the time. Just like I like having my own life and doing my own thing, and I don't have to worry about him calling me constantly or just nagging or, you know, asking me what I'm doing or whatever. And if he steps out of line, I can be like, don't you have a girlfriend? You know what I mean? So I think that may be what it is. I'm not sure. So I don't like men in relationships. I don't like taking men.
Okay. It's very interesting.
I mean, it is what it is.
I just feel there's an overwhelming amount of women that prefer men in relationships, and you know, women accepting gifts, and I think it's just one of those things, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we can go ahead and bring on this next caller. I think people are being very Why am I bringing this? Man, we don't even have 100 likes. It's not even 100 likes. It should be 200 likes up in here. You know, y'all about to piss me off in here. Almost 300 people. We don't even got 100 likes. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in here, click the like button now. Damn. I'll be like, they don't be hearing this. Y'all on here, y'all don't be hearing a bunch of damn bullshit on here. This is real shit, you know. And I can't wait. I can't wait till I blow up and leave y'all behind, man. I'm gonna be like, they be like, Jared, do you remember me? I'm like, I don't remember none of y'all. I don't remember none of y'all. They're gonna be like, I remember when JR used to have 5 people in his chat or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I see we got some dusties in the chat. I'm not gonna acknowledge you because y'all want some attention. You know what I'm saying? I know that's what we got. We got a lot of femininity, you know, on the male side up in here, you know, and I think I mentioned to you when I mute the button, you know, there's a lot of I got a lot of dick pullers in the chat, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, it's a lot of confused men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Enos again. Appreciate you spending that money live from the 305. Appreciate it. Anyway, man, I'm not gonna let me go ahead and bring on the next caller, man. Y'all being stingy, man. Wait till once I blow up, man. I don't know none of y'all. Sheesh. I'm about to block. Hey, is my moderators in here? I'm gonna need y'all to block a few folks in here. I might just have to do it myself. I think Enos is a moderator. Okay. Millionaire Trader. Talk to me, sir. How you doing this evening?
What's going on, Jay? I'm doing all right. How y'all doing this evening, Miss Tina?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing all right.
That's good.
Pretty good.
What's on your mind?
Man. Jacksonville, Florida. I'm in here again. I don't know if you remember me from the last time.
Duval County, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. You on that. Yeah. Now, when y'all was talking about the office stuff, man, you gotta give us some more context, bro. Like, which office guy is it, man? Is it the normal flirty dude? Is it the manager? Is it the nice guy? Which guy's buying the breakfast?
It's the dude that's good enough to have a conversation to buy her breakfast, not just some random dude. It's a dude that she's accepting that breakfast from, and he's gonna do it again. So he's having a little conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just some random like dude that's just walking through with a manager. I get where you coming from.
Right,
the manager would have a little bit more influence to get those buns.
I mean, have they been out to lunch before? I mean, you know, work be like that. You know, you go. Some people take lunch together, and they'll go to lunch. Or hey, I'm going to what's the name? Bring this. I like this from this place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd be different. The dynamics be different in my offices or warehouses, depending on where you work at.
A man don't have no business going to lunch with a woman if he's in a relationship. Period. Unless he got some other people with him, in my opinion.
I mean. That's generally how it goes. You know, that's generally how it goes.
If I'm a manager, I don't need to be going out with my subordinate to lunch unless I got some other folks, some other coworkers, because that's showing some type of favoritism off top. You know, at least in my estimation. You know, so but yeah, that's that type of dude. That's the type of dude I'm talking about, and she's going to accept. You know.
Then again, you know, the guys in the relationship, you know, that have relationships. you got to remember those men know how to relate with women. They have he has a woman. He's relating with a woman every day. So and so when he comes to the office, this guy could be a ladies' man. So boom, he relating it and just relating with everybody. Hey, how you doing, Sherry? What's going on, hon? He's just walking around here waving at everybody. He just do his little run. He do his little run when he come through, holler at everybody, keep on walking.
And I'm gonna put you up on something too.
I know I done it before, so you know what I'm saying.
And I think you can relate to this. So women, especially if there's not that many men there.
No, that's
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a scientific term for this. If it's a office full of women, or whether it's a hospital, whatever, any man that comes in, whether he's a UPS guy, if there's not a normal male sighting at work, or he comes in every now and then, these women are going to start to have an affinity for this guy, no matter, even if he is butt ugly. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be some type of flirtiness or some competitiveness, or even if one says something, they're going to tend to find whatever guy that comes in attractive and maybe give him the time of day, because they're having that type of energy that's coming from them. I've noticed that. You know what I mean? You can go in an area and the women will be like, and this dude
they be looking.
Huh?
I said they be looking. They be looking. Hey, and the guy that come in, he know they looking too.
Absolutely.
He probably did about 10 push-ups before he came in the building.
Yep. And
tell you.
And probably give them the time of day, because it's just that they're in that secluded situation where they're just working around women all day. Right. I mean,
and that one guy, he gonna scan the room. He paying attention. Who giving the wink? All the body language and the nonverbals. Oh, he looking. But he gonna play it. He gonna play it. Try to play an even kill and make sure he say hi to everybody equally, kind of sort of, until you find the one that he see that really kind of liking him or looking at him a certain way.
Right.
Yeah, that's a little game for the fellas who having trouble with women. Just get yourself in that type of environment, man. Smooth sailing, you have a better chance. In the city, they got a post office. Get in there.
Dental office.
What do you say?
Dental office.
Oh, dental office? You said dental office?
No, not the dental office, the post office.
Oh, the post office. Oh, okay. I thought you said dental office.
He said post office.
Gotcha. Yeah, post office for sure, but post offices tend to be real busy. But yeah, I got you. But yeah, what else you got though?
I know y'all was talking about something else. What was y'all was talking about? It was the second subject y'all was talking about after the office thing.
We was talking about buying gifts and stuff like that. I think that was the other thing we were talking about.
Oh yeah. He can't bring no gift, man, unless y'all both single. If y'all both single, then yeah, he can bring you a gift.
That's the only way.
He's just trying to get back in there and make sure he can secure him another late night creep. You know what I mean? For them cheeks, you know what I'm saying?
I don't see why you would be buying gifts if you wasn't.
Right. Sometimes they still be having a little love though. They still be having a little love, just a little love, not no major love. You might see her do that little walk, like damn, I missed that little walk right there. Or she might have a little smile, a little certain way she look, or a certain look she should do. Anything get trigger you, like damn, I fucked that up. And know she been going ape on you. She been going ham on you.
Ham noodle. Yeah,
you already know. Yeah. So that's what I had on it, but it can be anything, man. But if she got a man, oh no, you can't bring no gifts over here at all. Nah. You might keep them gifts to yourself, my boy.
Indeed.
Put that extra bread on a gift for the kid. I support or something.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's all I have for y'all today, man.
Hey,
I'll
no
come
worries.
back another time.
Yeah, appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
Millionaire
for sure. Yeah. Y'all have a good evening.
Have a good evening.
All right, you as well.
All right, later.
Bye.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to that brother. Let's go ahead and get him out of there. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. It's a difference of opinion, but so let's get back to you, because this is about the subject in particular. We have a Black woman here. So all in all, when it comes to this topic, you believe that there is some validity to it,
as far as the money aspect, or the buying the gifts and the
being in a relationship with a Black woman, you have to pay. If you can't pay, then you need to go on about your business. I'm not saying a broke man, but yeah.
Yes, go. Because why? What are we doing?
You're getting to know each other.
I mean, yeah, but for how long? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, if I told you, well, I'm single and I have the ability to travel, right? And you come on board and you're like, oh, that sounds good. But like, if you can't match that or exceed that some way, somehow, I mean, obviously that takes money, right? So I don't really know what we're doing, unless it's like something that is understood that, okay, you're trying to get some things together. And if I just have that kind of time to wait or let me pay your way until then. But I mean, the likelihood of that happening, slim. I don't want to be with a person who's broke. I prefer a man with money. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And men with money are not going to see anything wrong with me saying I prefer a man with money.
That's why he got the money, right?
Right. I mean, what's wrong with that? What are we going to do? Just sit in the house and look at each other? Netflix and chill all the time? Like, you're never going to take me out someplace nice and do things with me?
There's an abundance of men. I know we're not talking about you in particular, but there's an abundance of men that's having their way as we speak right now.
Yeah.
Especially it's tax season too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
So they're having their way, getting the finest of Lewinsky's right now.
And there's an abundance of women who are enjoying a man's money right now. It's like really just having the time of her life. Buying things that she likes, going vacationing, paying for, that class that's going to teach her how to do eyebrows, lashes, her business,
BBLs, so she can get on the pole.
I guess. You know how hard that is?
How hard? What is?
Like, I'm not a stripper, but I know that that's not an easy job,
So why does everybody trying to do it though? Why does everybody want to be a stripper?
You think everybody wants to be a stripper? That's a lot of work.
There's classes on these suburban housewives, and you used to strip, didn't you? Weren't you a stripper?
I was never a stripper.
Okay, shit.
Can you say stripper on here?
Yeah, you can say stripper.
Never been a stripper.
Were you a booty clapper?
No, no.
Did you sell buns?
No.
Okay. So you said I was
classes.
Okay. You took classes.
Yes.
To become
whole
a booty
classes. No. It was a workout.
Okay. So you took pole classes not to become a booty clapper though.
Correct. It was for working out.
But I feel like, so there are men that are investing in these BBLs, these they're transforming these women.
I heard men don't really like women with that.
No, they don't.
Oh.
No, they don't. They don't like. What I'm saying is, it's not necessary. I'll put it like that.
Right.
It's not necessary. It's good to look at.
Yeah.
I think even women can agree with that. That's why women are getting it. Women love looking at, other women's bodies. You know what I'm saying?
The BBL bodies, they just look kind of weird. I mean, I can't relate, and a lot of people use women who have gotten their bodies done for like their boutiques and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's very difficult for women who have normal bodies, because we're like, well, what is that going to look like on me if she's like a triple D cup and she's wearing a small. Like, can I fit a small? Like, you know, so that's one of the conversations that I have with a lot of people who try to shop at certain places that have these women that have these bodies that, you know, bodies. That God did not just bless them with that.
She got some work done.
Yeah.
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 So,
I mean, I imagine you can do it and make it look natural, but I mean, I guess they say go big or go home. You know,
especially if you're trying to be in the booty clapping business.
Yeah. Can you even clap that? Because I mean,
what do you think that shit is? You know, like,
I don't know, because I hear a lot of stuff about that being, you know, like not as soft. I actually worked with a girl that had gotten her body done. Yeah.
Did you feel it?
No.
Because I think that's a thing where most women ask other women, can they feel their ass?
Yeah,
you know?
well, and she had to what was she saying? Oh, she's saying that she like couldn't work out or do anything for a while, and because it didn't really look like she had gotten anything done, but I guess it had been in the beginning processes of it, and yeah, so but I think she did like a fat transfer kind of thing, so maybe it's different.
That's a BBL.
Yeah, well, I guess some people get the actual material in there, and some people get like the actual
So the shots is not a BBL. That's just called shots. But the BBL is just a fat transfer.
Oh, okay.
From my understanding.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Black China kind of cleared it up when she got hers removed. You know, she had shots.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, there's men that are investing, you know, for these things. And I know we kind of veering off from the subject.
Yeah.
You paying. So all in all, I don't believe women should be a broke man either. But I don't think that women, especially if you broke as fuck, you should overlook a man that can take care of you and whatever kids. And that doesn't mean he has to be a rich man either. You know, and I think that average guys are overlooked because women are getting too much into, well, some women are getting too much into social media in terms of they're comparing what their lifestyle could or should be based off of Real Housewives of Atlanta or something on Instagram. Or
I always wonder, like, how do you know that you'll enjoy that type of lifestyle just because you're seeing someone else, you know, in the midst of a lifestyle like that? How do you know that that would be enjoyable for you? You know, how does that play out with what you currently have as far as the people you're surrounded by? So like if you become this wealthy woman, not saying that you shouldn't, I'm just saying like if you become all wealthy, like do you, like if you're broke and then all your friends are broke and then you become wealthy, like are those still your friends? Is that still your family? How does that work? Because now you need to be around people that are I guess kind of like relatable in a sense.
You need a new set of friends.
Maybe.
You can't hang around broke chicks anymore.
I mean, you could, but you know they're gonna ask you for money.
They're gonna despise you.
Yeah, they'll probably be jealous, and then they're gonna be like, every time you guys go somewhere, well, she got it, you know, she can pay for it. And that might make you not want to. Yeah,
almost like a man, right?
Yeah, but then it would be kind of bad, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, no, I'm not paying for this. My man is, because I just, you know, he just put me on because we're together. He has this money. Now, technically, it's not necessarily my money, but we go together and he's, you know, very
frugal.
Or just very nice, you know.
He's looking out for me.
Right.
Not you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you going to come in the bedroom with us?
You always.
I mean, that's a typical thing when they say, you never seen anything like that. Are you going to pay for my friends? Why would I pay for your friends? And I mean, I guess you should look at it the same way.
Right.
If you're the one that's putting in the work.
Right.
Are they going to put in the work also? You say you always.
You're always saying that.
You're always, I mean, I don't know. Just my thoughts.
Yeah.
I could be off, but I know that that's been a thing that's come up where men just to bring it on home, that men can't make it past a first date without, I need a bill paid. Can you cash out me this? Even I got kids. I need a babysitter. Can you pay for my babysitter?
Right.
Things like that. I need child.
I think that should be established in the beginning, kind of like, hey, you know, I have my kids on this weekend and not that weekend. But if they're asking you to do something on a particular weekend that you happen to have your children, then maybe that's a one-off, or maybe that's a situation that, you know, where he could potentially help, you know, the person who typically has the kids, or how your children are babysat, you know, on the weekends that you have the ability to go out. All of that stuff should be discussed, you know, if you make it past the first date. I just feel like maybe a woman is bored if that's what she's doing. Maybe she's just trying to, like that guy was saying on the very first caller. He was like, oh, they just trying to get in and get what they can get and get out. Well, maybe that's what women are doing, you know?
What about this mindset of, I have to go on a date with you, so I have to get an outfit, I have to get my nails done. What you think, this shit is for free? I gotta get my hair done. I gotta have my makeup done. I'm doing all this. You think I gotta look pretty and get all this shit together to go on a date with you? So you should have to pay for that.
So that's a hard one, because I mean, it's not a lie. We do have to do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that if you're asking me out on a date, I'm not gonna say, sure, I'll go out on a date with you, but first, you need to get my nails done. Because I mean, that could be a date. You know, we could be going to the nail salon. That could be a date.
That ain't no damn date. That's not something that I can see if you're in a relationship, but that ain't no damn date. Let me take you to go get your nails.
Okay, so here's the thing. Do you know what a woman has to
get some maintenance?
Okay, but do you know how much maintenance a woman actually has to? And now I will say, me personally, I just do my upkeep. You know what I mean? Because that's what women are supposed to do.
I had to pay for this wax, even though.
Yeah, but I'm saying by upkeep, I mean, I already have the schedule. Like, this is on a X amount of week schedule. My nails are getting filled on this at this time. My lashes are getting done, and I'm gonna wax this, and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that. So I'm already keeping myself where I need to be. So I don't have to come to you and be like, hey, you know, I know you want to go out on this date, but my nails look really bad. My nails don't have anything to do with our date. To be honest, I mean, I know that I probably want to look my best and, you know, that sort of thing. But I guess the way I look at it is, I don't even know where are we going from here. But I know what you're saying. You're saying that a woman is most likely going to ask or say something to the effect of, oh, you're going to get my nails done for me in order for me to go. I mean, yeah, that shouldn't be a topic. That shouldn't be a question. That shouldn't be. I personally have never done that. I've never done that. You know, unless it's like a person that's like, you've known them for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Hit that ass every now and then. Hit that ass maybe every 60, 90 days.
Nah, I'm just trying to be funny though. Yeah. But no. I don't ask people like randomly, just be like, oh, can you get my nails done?
I think it's one of those things where if it's upkeep, some women expect the man that enters their life to contribute to this upkeep. You know, some women are having man.
I mean, if he enters her life, okay, and he's in there. You don't want to do something? I mean, do you think I like spending my money on there? Because I don't.
Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for the man, though?
Right. I mean, you know, for me, obviously, because I want to look my best and feel my best.
But I have to.
And this is my moment to pamper myself, you know, and have my me time.
But I have to upkeep that. I have to keep that up once I enter your life.
I'm just saying, like, have you ever just been in a position, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a dude just want to be nice. Like, okay, where you at? I'm at the nail shop. And he just sends you some money. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Some sucker shit.
Oh, please. It's happening right now as we speak.
It's happening right now as we speak. Some dude is offering to do, you know, whatever.
It's happened.
So, and I think that this culture is also, I know this is going on, but you do have women that have a guy that he may pay the phone bill. Mm-hmm. He may pay half on the rent or contribute to her rent. He may get her hair done, you know, have different guys for different things. you know. But it's just like, why should I have to pay for it if all these other dudes are doing it? Maybe. And I guess that's why.
But how do you know all these other dudes are doing it? How do you know that? Like, what kind of conversations are we having with one another where you feel like,
I think women brag
where
about
you're
that
saying
shit.
that, brag about it?
Yeah,
they probably say, well, I know what I can get a man to do. It's not just, you know, they're not like, oh, this person's paying my light bill, this person's paying my phone bill, that person's paying my water, you know, this person's paying half my rent or whatever. I mean, a wise woman is not going to tell you. She's not going to be like, oh yeah, because this guy's doing this. I mean, a man can look at a woman and probably distinguish that, okay, well, you know, she probably has the ability to get a man to take care of some things for her, you know, and she may be getting those things taken care of, but she's not going to tell you, oh yeah, don't worry about helping me with that. I got so-and-so helping me take care of this, that, and the third. Or, you know, I saw this woman on TikTok, and she was like, how to get, and this doesn't have anything to do with like dating, but it just made me think of this when she was like, how to pay for a
like iPhone?
No, how to have a cookout with no money. Did you see that?
I didn't see
and
that.
She's like, called somebody up, and she's like, yeah, I'm about to throw some stuff on the grill. Oh yeah, I already got everything. I just need some chicken. And then she got on the phone with somebody else. She was like, yeah, I'm about to throw some stuff on the grill. I already got everything. I just need some buns and some hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, she was just going down. And so it kind of just reminded me of that. Like, no, I'm good on my rent. I just need my lights paid.
Yeah, women can do that easily. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm good on that. I just need half on my rent.
And some women haven't mastered. Some women don't know how to do that. And then when they hear shit like this, they're like, well, and I think we discussed this on another. How are you doing that? Like, how do I, you know, I want to know how to do that. I want to know how to, you know, get some money, get a cash app. You know what I'm saying? They want to learn.
I don't know. I mean, there's some men that just do it.
They're just generous.
You know, they're just,
They're just generous.
Some men are generous. I mean, I know it's so hard to believe. It's so hard to believe, especially, you know, maybe your audience doesn't think that that's, you know. They don't think that that's a thing. I mean, it's just a thing. Men do it all the time. They just do. You can just be like, God, I forgot to get my coffee this morning.
I have a strange audience. As you know, I'm not saying I do got, you know, as you can read in the chat, you know, you can see I got a strange audience, you know. But they hate me. There are some, no, I mean even me, you know, but yet still they're watching me though. You know what I mean? You know, it's the weirdest shit ever.
I mean, it's funny though, because, you know, like sometimes I think about things and I'm like, you know, the same men that would probably say, oh, that girl, blah, 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 would be the same men that are like, what's your cash up?
Of course, if they were given a chance, but they've never been given the chance to do that or haven't. So I do know that there is a huge amount of guys that are paying women's bills, regardless of what they're saying. I know that. Just like there's a guys in the comments that say that they don't approach women because it puts you at it puts the woman in power if you have to approach her. And I'm just like, wow, you know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me, some of the things they say. But if given the chance, I think that they would do that. I think that they would, you know, come up off that cash app just for a woman just asking. Don't even get the number or anything. Here's what do you need? Say less. And that's just what it is. I mean,
I think some men just want like some like companionship, or they just want somebody to talk to, you know, that sort of thing.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know. So they just do that, you know what I mean? Because what do they say? It's not tricking if you got it. I mean,
not tricking if you got it. You know, buns ain't going out of style. Dudes is still buying buns. I don't think
buns are ever going to go out of style.
Dudes are still paying for it. So I mean, like, you know, it is what it is.
It's a powerful thing. I mean,
I agree. Definitely a powerful thing, fellas. Yeah. If you haven't gotten any, get some in the near future.
Yeah.
You know, it'll make you feel better. You'll probably stay off of these shows. type it away, keyboard, but it'll change your life, fellas. But I'm definitely not an advocate of you sitting down with a woman on the first date and you whipping out the Cash App and trying to basically.
I mean, and then so even with that being said, right? Sometimes that's not. I think that maybe some men do that and think that that's like impressive. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna switch it a little bit. It could be that somebody's just voluntarily, trying to give you something, and that can kind of like be a turn off because it almost feels like what you're doing is trying to like pay your way, or you're trying to make it seem like you got something that you really don't. I don't know. Maybe it's a competition thing. Maybe it's an ego thing. I don't know. Because I'm not in the mind of a man, but it's not always a woman that's like, gimme, gimme, gimme. It could be a man that's like, he's just wanting to act like he's that guy. And, he's like, oh, I got you. You know what I mean? Whatever. And you're like, oh, okay. But you're not impressed. Because if that's all you have to offer, then, I mean, I'm sure the woman is going to take it, but she's not going to be like, oh, I just really like him because, I like his vibe. I like his this. And all I really have to say about the person is that they gave me money. They sent me a Cash App or whatever the case may be. They don't have a personality. They just got some money. They don't know how to communicate.
I don't got time to be negotiating the bun. Just here's the money. Here's the money. I got more money than I got time. So I don't need to be saying sweet nothings. I don't need to get a 6-pack. I don't need to get my hair cut.
But what if the woman is trying to be in a relationship?
Don't talk to me. Don't take these dollar bills off me. Stop taking it. Stop. You don't want this money? If you don't want this money, then you need to go somewhere else and go find that relationship. You know what I'm saying? If I decide I want to be in a relationship, then that's cool. But that's what it is. But like you said, men with money, they're not about to sit there because you know what time it is. I think 50 Cent said something one time. Mm-hmm. This is on a song. He said, if a woman comes, just like these women that go to Chris Brown after parties and all these other places, they're fucking. You're not entering here and not doing something strange for free. Mm-hmm. You're doing everything in here within the confines of, this area.
Right.
And that ahead of time. So it's not up for debate. So that clout, that authority, that money speaks for itself when it comes to these things. So, I think that those are certain things that are just as good as money. It's the attraction. That's what's sexy. That's what's attractive. Just that clout, being in the proximity of this person because of who they are, their celebrity.
Right.
Just my thoughts. I could be off, but some dudes just don't have time to be sitting there trying to finesse you. I think, but back to what 50 Cent said. 50 Cent said, I can't deal with no woman that doesn't know that she's not supposed to sleep with me. If she comes over and she don't know she's not supposed to sleep with me, I don't even know why she's here.
I mean, that's 50 Cent.
Something's wrong with her mind.
I mean, of course, he can probably think that way. He's not speaking for all men. He's speaking for 50 Cent.
He's speaking for all rich men. Men, all wealthy men.
Wealthy men. Okay.
Yeah. If you're coming around me, there's no we're not doing that for the most part.
Right.
Yeah. There's no time for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. Maybe there are some that want to go through the courting route and stuff like that, but I don't know.
But I mean, you got to think about long term. That's why men die alone. Men die alone.
Men die alone.
Men die alone.
Who women die?
Look at the women have their families, they have their children. Most of the time, the men have abandoned these children. Not saying all of them, but they want to play in the streets and do all the things, all of the above. They want to do all of the above. And then they want to turn around and, obviously they're going to get older. And then they're going to be, that's why the nursing homes are full of men. Nobody's there to take care of them. And they just die alone.
And women aren't?
Women are in there. They
outlive everyone alone.
What, women?
Yeah, and they're not immortal.
Because
they're going to die. They're going to die.
they're gonna die, but I'm just saying they're not like, you know what I mean? Men pretty much die alone. You know, you nurse home, you pretty much, you know, you go visit your granny, you know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, the men die alone. I'm sorry. I know it's hard to hear. I know it's hard to hear.
I think women care more about dying alone than men do, though.
You think men are okay with dying alone?
Yeah.
You're the only person like that.
Women are the social of the species.
Yeah.
They have to be, especially once you reach, I think there's a study. Can't recall it right now, guys. Maybe you guys can look it up and put it in the chat. There's a study once women reach 40, the quality of life and happiness like plummets. Once they reach 40 or something like that.
The happiness of life plummets. Is that what you just said?
Their quality of life
their quality
and happiness
plummets. A woman?
For sure.
40.
At 40.
Wow,
it's either 40 or 45. One of those two. There's a study for that, you know. Maybe somebody can paste that in there.
Maybe they get connected more to themselves and they're more self-aware. They're more just focused on, you know, just taking care of.
So they just want to be alone.
They probably don't want to be alone in terms of friends, family, children, that sort of thing. But they're probably okay with just, you know, living a life not being bothered by men who don't mean them any good, you know, or a man who's just like.
I think at that age, there's no need to be worried about a man doing you good or bad.
At 45?
At 45, 50, at this point, it's kind of like.
So you feel like a woman is old at 40, 45?
I think at that point, you should be worrying about other things.
Yeah, for sure. But if she's married or say she's not married, you know.
Should be worrying about how you going to live the next 35 years.
Yeah.
35.
We as a species, we love companionship. We love to connect with other people. I mean, that's a natural thing, women and men. And you're like, oh, men don't really mind, you know, dying alone. I think that they connect.
Mine is, they
still need that connection.
Yeah, they still would lack a connection, but I'm pretty sure men have so many things that they can actually get into the older they get.
Mm-hmm.
I think women are basically resigned to just quite a few things. Not to say that they can't find happiness in it, but I think it's more so they're into family as well. Not that men aren't, but you know, the older you get, the more people are dying off, the more your contemporaries are dying off.
Yeah.
So really all you got a lot of times is your family or your significant other. And sometimes they're not fucking with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, if you didn't do things right. So that's if you had kids. Maybe you didn't have kids.
Right.
You know, and I'm pretty sure all the CNAs out there, all those in the medical assistants, y'all get to see that stuff firsthand, how many people's families don't fuck with them. And it's not just men. There's a ton of women out there as well. But I think unless you just got Alzheimer's, you just don't give a fuck about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You're just existing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's one of those conversations that there's all types of studies going on, which I'm sure where's the studies? But women are not being able to provide for themselves at a certain age. They haven't, you know, don't have a nest egg. They may have divorced. They're solely dependent, which in American society is different. Obviously, other cultures and societies, they take care of their older folks. We don't do that shit. We just throw them in an old folks home or a nursing home.
Let them live alone with no running water or something crazy. No running water,
and just check on them every now and then if they call. You know what I mean? So we do our old folks dirty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the women ultimately end up needing people more than the man does in terms of surviving.
Yeah.
You know, just my thoughts. You know,
yeah,
I could be off unless she got left with some nest egg and you know on some Miss Daisy type shit or whatever. But yeah, just my thoughts, man. I know we've been on here for a while. So I was reading some of these comments here before I got up out of here. That thing plummeted quick, didn't it? It was like 300 people up in there. Yeah. So, guys, this has been great. Unless we got any other calls, I know we've been on here, same amount of time, 2 hours. I think we normally on here 2 hours. Good conversation tonight. I'm glad you're sticking to your guns. You don't let nobody, you don't give a fuck about what anybody says. You be like, this is me. I've lived this life, and I'm here. And whatever y'all got to say, this is it. This is it. And I'm glad you point out these things that can be viewed as, because I think you said earlier, what did you say? We were talking about hypocrisy, and you were like, there are no rules. What were you saying? You were saying something like, there are no rules.
Yeah.
If I want to be a hypocrite, I can be a hypocrite. Basically, what you said. That's basically what you said.
I did say there are no. Earlier when we were. Oh yeah. I was like, there aren't any rules. Yeah. There aren't any rules. There's no rules to love. You know what I mean? Like, so if I say, because we were talking about the question that you asked, and you were like, oh, well, you're a hypocrite if you feel like a man can buy a woman lunch and then, knowing that she's in a relationship, or I'm trying to remember exactly how you said it, but if he was if he has a child with a woman, and he's buying her something, but this is his ex and he's buying something for her, and you're his girlfriend, how would you feel? And I said, I wouldn't like that at all. And you're like, oh, well, you're a hypocrite then. And I'm like, no, I'm not a hypocrite. There, it was something along those terms. I know it was like a lot. We were like talking about a lot. But at the end of the day, there aren't any rules. There's nothing that says, oh, you have to do it this way. You have to do that. And you have to do. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I feel like back in the day, there were like rules that were unwritten, but everybody knew what they were supposed to do. And now it's like everybody makes their own rules. But I feel like it all comes down to the two people, how they, what they have communicated to each other, how they're going to live their lives, what they're going to do in their relationship. Because they, nobody's living life the way, they used to. Nobody's like, oh, well, the Bible says this, or, my mother always said that. I mean, you may have your morals, your values, that sort of thing. And you need to connect to people who have similar, values and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, there are no rules unless you make the rules and you follow the rules. And it's just the two of you, or however your relationship goes.
Right.
However many people are in your relationship, because who knows?
Got it. Well, this has been a good TED Talk.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's my TED Talk.
Yeah. So, awesome conversation. Yeah. Good perspective. Like you said, I think to bounce off these what would be considered controversial.
Yeah, very much so. Especially the there are no rules part, because there aren't any. Like, where are the rules? Where are they at? I need to read these rules.
They're unspoken.
Oh, they're unspoken.
Yeah.
Got it. I mean, obviously, like, people know the regular standard. If we're in a relationship, you shouldn't be cheating on me. I mean, people know that. If I'm asking for your help, then I feel like as my man or as your girl, whatever, we should be helping one another. I mean, there's some standard things, standard practices. I expect for you to get up and go to work every day if that's what you do, if that's your, if that's your thing, if that's how you're making money. I mean, you have certain expectations of people. Don't disrespect me, and those types of rules. Yes, we get that. That comes standard.
For sure.
Just like a car comes with a steering wheel. Like, I mean, you expect it to be there. I expect to be with a man who's not going to cheat. Those are just standard. So yeah, that's what I mean by, but the rest of it is whatever you decide in your relationship, however you decide to run your show.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Any last words before we get up out of here? We're about to hit 2 hours. So.
No.
I don't have anything else, guys. We're gonna catch you guys polygyny on deck. Yeah, we're gonna
I don't agree
catch
with that.
You don't agree with that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. We're gonna catch you guys on the next one, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. You guys see this scrolling down at the bottom. Feel free to bang those cash apps, as well as the great Tina Summers here. I know you guys, it should be ringing as usual. Make sure you guys follow her on TikTok. You guys see it right there at the bottom. For those of you watching the restream as well. And with that being said, man, you guys have a good Wednesday night. Much blessings and abundance. And I want to catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you guys hit that like button, as I said, and subscribe if you haven't, man. We're out of here.
Good night.
Good night. Peace.